The chipmunks here are insane. Alright, this is trail day 65, Wednesday, August the 19th. And it is a little after 1 o'clock. I'm only going 9 miles today, so no point in getting an early start. I'm only going 9 miles because at Vermont 12 there is a farm where you can get food and ice cream and a small resupply. Oh, it's just like a couple of miles past that next shelter, but they're not open on Wednesday. So I'm just going to the next shelter so I can go there in the morning or around lunch. And then also I have a box coming in the mail to Norwich with my new CNOC bags in it on Saturday. Possibly Monday, the post office said. So I can't be in too big of a hurry. I gotta kind of pace it for that. So yeah, today's gonna be a light day. Tomorrow will be a light day. And then we'll have to pick it up next week. And get our butt on across New Hampshire before it gets too cold in May. So I had my hammock up behind the shelter. It was a better spot than the one close to the privy. It rained almost all night. Right after I got everything set up. I was cooking dinner and a storm rolled in, and then it rained off and on all night. So when I got up and then putzed around, my tarp had almost dried out. So I'm not having to haul anything wet. And just down from the shelter, these two good camp spots here. I would have probably set up over there if I'd have walked down to the water source first. But I took my pack off at the shelter and then came down to the water source. But this was kind of a cool water source. Wasn't very far from the shelter. It almost has like this bathtub-sized pool right here. Of course I wouldn't sit in it and take a bath, but I just thought it was kind of cool how it was coming down through the rocks like that. Well, we're getting our 9 miles started. Did not have any cell service here. Verizon, which if I'd have read the comments and gut hooks I'd have known that before I got here, but I'm still learning the gut hook thing, so. We do have a lookout tower on our track today, so I'm going to make sure to check that out. And we'll see anything else that there is of interest to see. So we had this gradual climb up on a rock. And an extension ladder to get down on. I think some poor individual had to carry this extension ladder all the way up here. Alright then. You just never know what you're going to see. There's not really any views from these rocks, but it got started raining again, but it's just a light rain. I stopped, threw the pack cover on, but it was one of those rains you could hear it in the leaves, but it wasn't hitting the ground yet. And I thought, because it's not super dark and cloudy, it would blow away soon, but then it started getting harder, so I stopped and put the rain cover on, and now it seems to be slacking off again. So no need for the umbrella quite yet, but if it keeps it up. So we had a decent little climb, and then a good stretch that was flat. Now we have another climb coming up. But it's 63 degrees. It's a perfect temperature for climbing mountains. So we got some kind of construction, putting in a road, I don't know, pipeline, who knows. But they've cut the trees down, so you get a little bit of a view there. I don't know what they're doing, but there's like survey tape and all over trees. So we've been climbing uphill pretty much all day. Now we're going downhill to a road, a gravel road. Then we'll have to go back uphill to the lookout and see the gravel road, maybe. There's a stream down here. I'm gonna stop for a snack break. I believe we got like 4 or 5 miles, something like that, left for the day. And it's 4:15. Been kind of slow with all the uphill, but we're getting there. 2.8 miles to the lookout. So we've been 4 miles. And of course, I stopped and chatted with a southbounder for a while, so I don't know how long that was. There's supposed to be a stream around here somewhere, so yeah, I can hear it. Alright, looks like break time. There's a face in the blaze. Oh, man, I tell you what, when it's 63 degrees outside and you've been climbing uphill and you're sweaty, your clothes are sweaty, and you sit down and take a break, you get cold. Oh. But won't be cold long. I gotta go uphill. It's like 500 foot over the next mile, so that's not too bad. Oh. But the next stop will be the lookout tower. Almost shivering. The lookout cabin. Privately owned, but free to hikers to use. It's got a loft too. Let's go check out up top. Pretty good views. Well, the lookout cabin was pretty cool. Some more hikers showed up to stay there. Now I'm going 2 more miles north to the Watusi shelter. I'm probably not saying that right. I'm not looking at it at the moment, so it's mostly downhill with a little uphill just before you get there. And then get up in the morning and go to Route 12 and check out the farm. I hear there's a place at Vermont 12, Dan's Barn or something. And if I had gotten out of camp earlier, I would have thought about going there, but considering it's 7 p.m., it would be well after dark before I got there, so not going there. I tell you, this sure has been a lot of uphill today. I mean, it hasn't been hard, but it was just, I didn't really look at the elevation or nothing that close, and it just turned out to be uphill, uphill, uphill. And then flatten off a little, and then more uphill. But if there's and you can tell because there's a parking area down here on the map. So day hikers come up to this, to that lookout. So you can tell it's very day hiker friendly here. I'm not complaining. I mean, it would take a ton of man hours to have like the entire Appalachian Trail looking like this. But we'll see if there's anybody at the shelter. I figure most people will probably stay at the lookout tonight or Dan's Barn. So it could be empty. But if it is, we'll check it out when we get there. If not, we'll check it out in the morning.